YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. Look what we've got. A transmitter along with a heli. Okay, so first things first. This thing came in a box and we opened it like we always do. But normally we do the radio setup in the middle of the kitchen. This has GPS, so we're gonna do it out here. Let's hope that works. This has got a rechargeable battery in the back, which we'll go into in the Unbox build radio setup, which it doesn't have the radio setup. So I'm gonna turn it on. EX8, and it's got a lock screen. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay this down, and camera crew and I are gonna come over here, and we're just gonna basically make sure this is in the normal, stable, stop, okay? I'm gonna pop this off. And I'm gonna actually, I don't know if I wanna just like leave that off or if I wanna put it back on right away, but I'm gonna lay it with the tail facing away from me.
Okay.
Okay. So this has got an XT30 on it. Okay, stay back so it can get GPS signal. There's lots of things happening. There's green flashing. Now we're looking for green solid on the back. Once it goes to green solid, then that means it has all the functions figured out, which is pretty sweet. We didn't do anything special. We literally have never energized this thing. This is the most Maiden we've ever had for Maiden flights on Brian Phillips RC. While we're waiting for it to think, if you want to help support us, buy the stuff from the links in the video description below. We'll link to this as usual. I can see the swash moving. I can see this moving. I can see that moving.
But we're waiting for green solid.
Yep, I guess.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna see what happens when I don't know how to unlock it. There's probably like some arm, disarm thing. We did find a manual. It was kind of hard to find. It says stop and run. Okay, I'm going back to stop because it definitely turned the motor on. So at that point, I'm gonna go ahead and put this cover on.
Okay.
I feel like it's safe at this point, but I don't know if it's still trying to acquire the GPS signal. So normally, guys, when we do these reviews, I make the camera crew read the manual because I'm such a baby and I hate reading things, and words and stuff. Sentences and those things. And so then she reads what we're supposed to do, and then I try to kind of do it maybe sometimes. Sometimes I listen. But on a helicopter like this, we searched for, found the manual, and we literally kind of just went through it, and it seems like you just kind of do it. It's supposed to be super easy, so we're gonna see if it's super easy. And super easy to me might be a little bit, you know, of an unfair advantage because we've got so much experience. Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to run now. Okay, now it's gonna go fast, so you need to stay back.
Okay.
Like it's gonna run the prop fast.
Okay.
Okay, so that's nothing there. I'm gonna go up. That is quiet.
God, hiss.
It's windy too. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that, guys, that's incredible.
Wow.
That is really good because it's windy. You can see the windsock in the background. And it's got a couple different systems that helps to identify its position spatially. And I'm like amazed how good that's doing. I'm like literally not even looking.
Yeah.
Guys, we've never flown this thing before. First time we touched it was opening the box about 20 minutes ago. I'm not even looking, guys. You can't do that with a normal helicopter. Look at this. That is incredible, and it's windy, guys.
You're not even like throttling.
Huh?
You're not even throttling. Literally nothing. I could do that.
Here, watch. Camera crew's gonna fly.
Look how good I am at this.
Wow, awesome.
So amazing.
Whoa,
It's like
look
the
at her.
best helicopter
She's really
ever.
flying. Go up there. Come on, get up there,
What?
camera crew. Yes.
That's crazy.
She's really flying. It's amazing. Everybody wants the camera crew to fly. Look at this.
Yeah, if only they were all like this.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's the next move. We're just gonna go ahead and pitch forward. Oh, look at that. Now I let go and it auto levels. I don't want it to whack me in the face.
Yeah, let's not do that though.
Return to home. return to home, RTH. I want to see what happens. Let's just leave it close to home and then go RTF, RTH. That is phenomenal.
That's
Holy
nuts.
crap. I've never seen anything quite like that, guys. We do a lot of airplanes and helicopters and stuff. That's crazy. Okay, normal mode.
Wow. Okay.
So I think we've established it doesn't go back to the exact position.
But that was
I'm gonna go back to
pretty darn
stop.
close.
Oh, that was incredible. Okay, run. And then I don't know if I have to go, like what I have to do to get it to go back. Oh, I guess I could put the antenna up. Okay, or stop, normal. Okay, start. It's got a purple light on it. I wonder if that just means like you have to do something to like rearm it. Everything's moving. You can see the swash moving.
But no
motor.
throttle.
So I'm gonna go back to normal mode. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
And it's got a green light. So I'm gonna go up. And it just takes a second to spool up. Am I in normal? I'm in run. That is awesome. Okay, so let's go up a little bit. So guys, just you can see, I'm still like literally doing nothing. You cannot do that with any other helicopter. We have some helicopters that's safe and they work good. They're really good, but this is incredible. I mean, that's like drone good. Okay, so roll left, roll right, let go. Look at that, watch this. Go forward. Okay, stop. See, nothing. That is incredible. You don't get that on a normal heli.
No.
Okay, let's yaw it. That's pretty good cyclic response, even in a auto leveling mode. Okay, let's lean forward and let's do some mixed controls. That is so cool. Guys, if you haven't noticed, it's windy. Like it's actually quite windy. I'm loving the way that this thing goes. I can't hardly believe it. I mean, when we got this thing, I'm like, whatever, this is such a gimmick. But I think I'm thinking that I was wrong. It's happened those 2 times, you know, since lunch.
Today.
Now, I gotta be honest with you, I'm a little bit concerned. This thing is so easy to fly that people are gonna get it and they're like, oh yeah, dude, I know how to fly helis.
Yeah.
It's got a 5-minute flight time. That's the other thing, 850 milliamp 3S, not a huge pack. So you wanna be a little bit careful on your throttle management. Camera crew is very comfortable with this thing so far, probably a little bit too comfortable. And by the way, it's just nuts. You just let go. Let's just return to home. See, it didn't go over here. It's just landing. It's going to the barometer measurement. Okay, so let's come out of the return to home. Oh yeah, buddy. We're gonna keep flying. All right, so now the other thing is, there are different sensors that help to make decisions on this thing, okay? Let's see if I try to slam it into the ground. I'm curious of what it'll do. That is pretty good. And up, and up. Okay, here we go. It does feel locked in, given the fact that I'm not a great heli pilot. This would help a lot with orientation. As you learn to fly, learning to fly is scary and harder than people tell you. People on YouTube are like, oh, this is easy. It's the easiest thing ever. And I'm like, yeah, I try to put that in context. If you know how to fly, it might be easy. But the reality is, even with safe, it's hard to learn to fly. And if you're a natural, it's still hard to learn to fly. I am loving this. Oh, so close. I'm in ground effect. That's the hardest place to fly a helicopter, guys. Okay, here you go. And lots of turbulent wind. I mean, it's nuts wind. If I went and got another heli and tried to fly, I'd be like, yeah, no thanks. We're not doing this today. Right overhead. Loving it. Absolutely gorgeous. I would totally let my kids fly this, no problems. Because I mean, this is the craziest part, right? You don't do that. It's crazy, it's dangerous.
No, that's insane.
Don't do that. So, in closing, and I'm not gonna close yet because I gotta show you other modes. There's Acro now. Ugh, I'm scared to do it because it is kind of windy. Let's go a couple mistakes high. Ooh. Okay, there's Acro. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, it's just like more control authority.
But it's still like stabilizing.
But it's still auto leveling.
Nice.
That's sweet. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Okay, so it's letting me bring it down. It's letting me bring it up. Here's the up and down. That's full speed up. That's full speed down. One thing to be aware of, folks, when you have a heli, okay, let's go into the bowl just so we have a better backdrop. I feel like those trees are gonna wash it out. Oh, by the way, this is a small helicopter. Keep in mind your eyesight matters. Okay, so in Acro, you can just yank it and do stuff more, but it's not gonna let you flip upside down. The full manual mode will let you do anything. And that's where you can do your upside down flying. I'm gonna say something though. Flipping from this mode to this mode is easy, but flipping from this mode back means you almost have to be off the sticks unless you use a pincer grip. I don't use a pincer grip. So for me, that could be a bit of a problem, because like if I were to flip this and try to do a loop, I don't know that that's gonna be possible for me. Let's, I wanna see how fast it recovers, okay?
Okay.
There's manual, okay? There's down, there's up. Oh yeah, it lets you do it all. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay, ooh, I hear beeping. You hear beeping?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna land it. And when I say, so yeah, you guys saw it just like I did. Let's bring it in here. And then I'm gonna flip to return to home, but I'm gonna point it downwind, and then return to home. Right where it is. I'm into return to home, but it's going up. Get down here. Okay. I'm just gonna bring it over here because I want it to return to home. I'm not telling it anything right now, so I think it's gonna pick back up on return to home. There it goes. That is crazy.
That was nuts.
Camera crew, 100% could do everything I did except for the loop. And she could do the loop with practice. That is incredible.
I'm super impressed.
I mean, this thing's expensive, but so are the other helicopters right now. They're all expensive.
They're all expensive right now.
Okay, so this is nuts. I'm going to stop now. I love that the feedback light is on the back of the helicopter.
Yes, it's easy to see.
Because that's where you're gonna be looking, folks. Now that is not an intensely bright light, I must say, but during nighttime, I think it'd be fine. Look at this, it's still trying to correct. Still trying to correct. That's what it does, see? Just rocking away, rocking away. It'll pinch your fingers though, so be careful. See, just rocking away, trying to keep everything level. That is just amazing, and it does a really nice job, guys.
Yeah.
I had no idea how good that was gonna be. I thought, total fluke.
I know.
I thought, 450 bucks, yeah, right. This thing's gonna suck. Totally wrong.
Not at all.
This thing is awesome. And not only is it awesome, it looks good too. Now, we knew that taking it out of the box, and I'm like, okay, this thing looks good. Seen this before.
Yeah.
XK180.
Yeah.
Skill issues, admittedly. But this thing is legit. Like, you can fly this if you have zero experience.
We should go charge the battery so we can fly it again.
Wow, the camera crew asked me to charge a battery. Ooh, I'm gonna take advantage. When she asks you to charge it so you can go again, you do it.
You don't say no.
Stay tuned. All right, so we just got done filming our Maiden, which was awesome. We've got the battery charging here, so it's red. We just grabbed another one of these like cheapo chargers that came with one of our planes. I think this come with an Arrows maybe. But then these are Ishin 700 milliamp hour 30C packs, so we're gonna see if they fly. And then over here we've got the smart adapter. We kind of talked about this real briefly, but we'll show you how to do it. This plugs into there. This is what I built to charge these XT30s because I've been so lazy, I just haven't actually ordered a proper adapter set. I just need to order a whole kit of these and I'll build them properly because then I can build a little balance charger. Okay, so this one, we're gonna press the start. Obviously we don't wanna go at 5 amps, that's too fast. So you wanna take that and then scroll down. This is a 700 milliamp hours, so you wanna go up to 0.7, would be 1S or 1C. I'm gonna go to 1.4 amps. So it'd be 2C, 2 times. And then that'll charge that battery. And while it's charging, you can look at this and you'll be able to eventually, I think the internal resistance chart should come up. But then this one here, it's not that far down. So with the smart charger or the smart checker, we'll just show you what the charge is. See, it's 96%, 97%. So it's probably good enough to fly on, which is why we're gonna jump outside and fly again. And it's not very often that we come inside and get like 4 batteries charged for a helicopter. But we're gonna do it with this thing because it's awesome. And I'm really excited to try it. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that this thing has this battery tray Velcroed on. Now you can take this off, but it's glued on, okay? So if you're intending to use another battery, then you're gonna have to come up with a mechanism by which to hold this and prevent it from hitting the battery onto the motor. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I think, is probably about as simple as it gets, and I think I'm gonna just go for a rubber band. I think a rubber band is gonna be the easiest method that we can come up with. And if you don't have a rubber band, you can use Velcro. But I mean, just so you guys can see, like, it's just a regular rubber band. And as long as it is, ooh, I have a black one, that'll look nice. Okay, so I got this black rubber band.
Is it gonna
I don't know.
not snap?
It's a little bit, a little bit, maybe not gonna work.
Our rubber bands are all like older than our marriage.
Yeah, well, not all of them. Some of them are new. I keep everything, so that's a problem, I've been told. Until you need it, and then it's not a problem. Then people are like, you are brilliant, Brian. Can't believe you kept that thing that normal people would have thrown away 10 years ago. Okay, so we're just gonna, here, we'll just try this. Now this is just, like I said, this is just whatever battery we had lying around that happens to have an XT30 end on it. XT30 is far superior in terms of discharge speed to pretty much going to the next thing up, which would be like JST. So if you're gonna fly with a JST connector, you're not gonna get near as much charge. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we'll just, for good measure, because I don't really trust our rubber band. Yeah, that's like way, way, way more stretchy. We're just gonna go ahead and put one more rubber band around there. Now this battery is gonna be just slightly lighter than the stock battery. And we would definitely highly encourage you guys to just get the proper battery, but I have no patience and zero. Like actually it's a negative patience level. That's why we love doing 20-hour builds on Brian Phillips RC, because we film the whole thing for you. Yep. By the way, if you guys want to help support our channel, one of the ways you can do it is watch our 22-hour builds. And you know, if for those of you that aren't in prison, watching from your prison cell, and you don't want to watch 22-hour videos, just like the videos and come back for more. Hey, did I not have 4 of these? I only had 3, right?
I think you only had 3.
Oh, it's because I'm charging it here.
2.
I guess I'm charging it here. I'm gonna charge it on the smart charger because it'll be quicker, because I can go at 1.5 C. And I believe this charger is going to charge at a lower rate, because this one charges at 1,000 milliamps. That's the output. Whereas this is gonna be 1.4. So it's only just a real small difference. And it's already set up. When you set up a non-smart battery, you just press smart, or you just press start and it starts charging. It's already at 99%. Yep. Okay guys, so without further ado, oh, you know what it was?
What?
We put the first battery in, wasn't charged, was it?
That one was like 97.
97? Okay, so we'll fly with it. Stay tuned. So for full disclosure, we're gonna do this whole video so you can see it all. Normally we plug stuff in, but since this has the GPS, we want you to see what we run into. And so we're just gonna lay it on the ground and just, you kind of use your best judgment, because when it's windy and stuff, you don't want your helicopter to get broken, and you also don't want to get cut, so just be careful. Usually I say plug it in and walk away for a second. Establish that it's not gonna start. See, it's going through a color sequence on the tail. Can you show them the tail? See how it's green flashing? Once it gets the green flashing, turns to green solid, then you're good to go for your return to home. Return to home is what you're looking for. So at this point, I'm confident to be able to do this because it's established it's not gonna take off and start spinning on me. Now, why are we careful with that? Because it's a helicopter, and it is a high quality helicopter, but that doesn't mean it can't be bad, can't be broken, something can't be, you you know, have an accident. Okay, so this is a very thick, robust cover. Okay, and we're already to solid, are we? Or is it flashing? Okay, so we're just gonna take our transmitter and we're gonna walk away and trade camera stuff. So,
we're gonna
we've got Andrew again, and we've got Megan, the camera crew. And what we're doing is we're gonna stand, and it just went to a solid green.
Yep.
Okay, so here goes nothing.
I'm in stabilized.
Yep.
And normal, or do I want to be in return to home?
No, return to home is what you're gonna flip when you want it to actually return to home.
So then am I gonna go to run?
Just relax. You're gonna go to run, but make sure you know where your thumbs are gonna go.
Okay.
Okay, so move the stick up, practice. Feel what it feels like for the up and down. That one, there you go. Okay, so that's your throttle.
Okay.
Andrew, you're gonna know right away. It's gonna be no problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're gonna need explanation.
I want you to go ahead and put it to run. Now note it's gonna start spinning up. We're gonna try to give the people at home a shot. Don't step back, you're fine. You're fine, we've established what this thing can do.
So can I go ahead and throttle up?
If you're ready.
Okay.
Remember, the wind is pointing at the front of the aircraft. It's blowing in our face right now with the tail tortoise. You don't need to keep holding up. You can just, there you go. Okay, now push it away from us just a little bit. Okay. Now let go of the stick and show Andrew. Look at this. No,
I'm flying it. But that's like, you literally don't even have to.
It's crazy.
I'm flying it, like actually. I took off.
She's doing it. Okay, now fly in a circle, like go over here and then come back around and don't hit us in the face.
Okay.
We're gonna try to keep both in view.
Okay.
Remember, if you get lost, just let go. Literally let go. And it will come back. Now yaw a little bit. Okay, let go. This is your yaw. So you want to yaw that way.
Go that
See?
way. Ooh, that seems weird. Okay.
Just move your sticks the same direction to turn the same direction. Okay? So like go both right. Both of them right.
Oh.
That coordinates your turn. Okay?
Both right. Okay.
And can you go up about 3 feet just so that you've got the sky in the background? There you go. Yep. Good job. Okay, so we're just trying to.
Oh, okay. That helps a ton. The both right, both left.
So if you're trying to get the trick of the day, move both sticks at the same time.
Direction.
Okay, so let's show the people going in a circle. So you're gonna lean forward a little bit, and then you're gonna move both sticks to the left and go in a little circle.
Ooh.
Okay?
Okay.
Now go a little bit less this time. See if you can make it go in a wider circle. So now guys, we don't do a ton of flying. The camera crew doesn't generally fly a lot, but she is legitimately flying, which is cool. And everybody's always asking you to fly.
There is not any other helicopter we have that I would fly.
No.
It's not one of those little like
cheapy
old SEMA $20 or what, like
SEMA.
I wouldn't fly anything else that we have.
Okay, now I want you to go up a little bit.
Okay.
Go up a little bit. Okay, now what I want you to do is just do a return to home. So I'm gonna watch what you're doing. Okay. Just pull it down to the stick position and then watch what happens. Don't do anything else.
Okay. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay. So she's just kind of got it in her hands.
So it's just looking for its spot, right?
I don't know. Let's find out. Is it gonna turn around?
I'm still not touching it.
Still not touching it? Okay, let's walk back, guys. Give it room to do its thing. I don't know if it's gonna turn around or not.
Should I give it just a little down?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I haven't touched it since I flipped return to home.
Run it down some. Okay, now you're gonna interrupt it. So turn it around so it's facing toward the road, okay? Okay, now remember, down.
Looks like the light is red on the back.
That's fine. Now switch it to normal and then back to return to home.
Okay.
Okay, now it's gonna find home, okay? Trying to give you guys a shot where you can see everything going on.
And I'm still not doing anything.
Still nothing. I think our cover's on there a little bit goofy.
Is that what's vibrating maybe?
Okay, so now we're gonna let it come to a stop.
Okay. Do I go to stop?
Yeah, put it to stop. And then you can put it back to normal mode now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a minute. What are your thoughts on that?
That was one of the easiest things I've ever flown.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Now, Andrew knows how to fly, so he should have no problems with this.
Do you want me to film?
Yeah, please do. You're way better. Okay, so Andrew, listen. This is going to put you into run. It's going to start spooling up. Okay. Remember, try to keep the tail facing you until you're comfortable. You can give it up right away. It takes a second to spool up. And then I want to do, we're probably going to run out of time on this battery because again, this is in a 30C battery, not a 45C. So 3D might be a little bit diminished. Okay. Is that okay on this side or the other side?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah. See how easy? And when you let go, what happens? It just totally stops.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
That is very, it stops quickly too.
Yeah, instead of like, maybe it's gonna do it, maybe it's not.
It would be like, okay, now I'm stopping, and then it's like, okay, now I'm stopping. Not what it does.
Okay. Now, can you bring that down closer to the grass in the bowl where it's windy? Let's try that, because I know you know where you're going. And if you crash, it's not a big deal. Just crash it into the tall grass if you have to crash. Okay, bring it down. There you go, right on the top of the trees for the camera crew. Okay, so I want you to bring it down so that it's over the grass and we got a good backdrop. And into ground effect, meaning all the way down so that you're within the last, like, you know, plane height, aircraft height. There you go. Now fly it toward us. You turn around, fly it toward us. There you go, you know what you're doing. There you go. Now don't hit us, but just make a turn, nice smooth turn. Is it hard?
No, it's super easy.
Is it like the easiest helicopter you've ever flown in your life?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I think so too. Okay, fly it over the runway and then do a circuit just like that because there's bugs over us. Watch yourself, camera crew.
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you want to do a land real quick? And then we'll see if there's enough for a little bit of 3D for me.
Yep.
Okay, so are you using the button or are you gonna land it?
I'm just gonna land it.
Okay. Okay, and then you put it to stop?
Yep.
Okay, great job, Andrew.
Yeah, super
Okay.
easy.
Yeah, it's like the easiest thing we've ever done. Okay, so now I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna put it in run. Okay, I'm in normal. Oops, I wonder if the battery's low. Because there's a purple light on the back.
Yeah, the light is purple.
Is that the, did you already take the manual out?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, we're looking at it.
Okay, so one thing that this thing will do is it's not gonna let you take off if, this is so weird. The wind is like hard at my back and look at the windsock.
I know.
That is so strange.
It's going around the house weird.
Yep. So just to let you guys know, when it's windy and you fly a helicopter, they do tolerate the wind slightly better than some aircraft, but they don't handle it better than, you know, a calm day.
Right.
It's definitely makes them harder to fly. You have to more actively manage a helicopter. I can't hardly believe how good this is doing. Okay, I'm gonna see if it'll take off. It just acts like it's not gonna go. I'm going to normal and then I'm going back. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I went to run. So I went to return to home and then normal. And then I'm gonna throttle up, if it'll go, which it is. Okay, so we're just gonna do this. Okay, there we go. So just so you guys can see, we're not in Acro mode, we're just in a regular mode here. But that's just like so solid, guys, so solid. I mean, I want to Enrique it just to show you it can be done. Oh, sensor, that is crazy. It's like, no Enrique for you. Oh, that's a sensor. So there's a sensor on the bottom.
Beep.
Whoa. Did you hear the beep?
Yeah.
It was like, get me home. Yep.
Yep, and it went red.
Okay, cool. Well, we learned a lot of stuff. So we're in stop. Now what we're gonna do is, that was about the right flight time, I felt like. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch out, put the other battery in and come right back. Okay, so there's the sensor. And that's what's measuring. They call it a laser sensor. So I don't know what type of laser it is, but evidently it's a laser. Okay. So that one is a 30C. I don't feel like we puffed it at all. Now, I was pretty nice to it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna use this one. Just so you guys get to see. 100%. Okay, so it definitely charged. Same thing, we'll just use the rubber bands. That worked fine. I felt like it was okay. There was a little bit of an oscillation, like a vibration somewhere. And I don't know what it was, if it was just running the way the canopy got stuck on there is what it sounded like. So, what are your thoughts though? I mean, in terms of that compared to other helicopters, what's your fear level?
Honestly, my fear is the same thing that you said before, is that people will get it and it will be so easy to fly, then they'll go get another helicopter and have
and those are good helicopters too, but they're not this easy.
But you have to have skill. Like, I would not fly any helicopter on that shelf. I wouldn't.
No, I mean, you could get there though.
I could.
And those are
practice.
those are all huge improvements from what we had before.
Yeah.
And so the reason that we tell you all this stuff, sorry, my hands.
That's okay.
The reason we tell you all this stuff is because there is a big difference between helicopters.
Yes.
It doesn't look like it online. And if you get a super skilled helicopter pilot, you're not going to be able to tell.
Right.
Because they can fly a turd and make it look glorious.
Right.
I'm not that good.
No.
So when I fly a helicopter and it looks good, it's because it's good. And when it looks bad, it's because I'm bad.
No, I would not willingly fly any.
I mean, you're like scared to film some of them.
Yeah.
And you're not scared to film anything. I just think it's a well thought out machine. Like, we didn't even hardly have a manual, folks.
No.
Now, I'm not saying, my only complaint with this helicopter is the stupid manual.
Right.
We had trouble finding, and it wasn't the manual, it was the app. There's supposed to be an app you can make adjustments to.
And we still haven't found that.
And we haven't even messed with whatever this is, SWB? Swash plate, something. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not really worried about it.
I mean, I know when we got this, we kind of talked about like price and what it was supposed to do. And it was like,
whatever.
Really?
I don't think so.
We've had other things with GPS before that have not been.
Well, GPS has to be easy or it's not worth having.
No.
It's also a clear day too, which helps.
It is.
Okay. And by the way, I'm not being, especially careful doing this either. That's another thing. Okay, so camera crew, waiting for the solid green. That way the return to home function works.
Did you flip something?
Nope,
okay.
there it is. Okay, so once it does the solid beat. See, that's what I'm saying. Everything is so intuitive. Yeah. You don't even really need a manual. Just plug it in. However, there have been helis in the past that say that, and then you end up flying into your, cabinet and damaging your kitchen and never hearing the end of it.
I said that like one time.
No, actually, it wasn't you, it was me. I was more mad about it than her.
Yeah.
But I had a helicopter. It was an Ishin one from a long time ago. Okay, so I put it in run.
Okay.
Then I'm just gonna give it some up elevator, or not up elevator, but up throttle. Okay, there we go. It does kind of jump off the ground. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you wanna stay on my right for this.
Okay.
Because I am gonna come out of the auto leveling setup. Oh geez, look at all those bugs that just bombarded me. Ooh, watch this. Watch this. Hey Bugs, what's up? What's up, Bugs? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Go see the mothership, Bugs! Okay, going out here.
Okay.
Now that we've got that out of our system.
That's why I don't stand by you. Some bugs.
Yeah, no kidding, that was weird. Okay, going to manual now.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Wow, that snapped back fast.
Wow.
So what was going on is I was like, why is it getting away from me so bad? Well, it's because of the wind, okay? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna bring it back to where I feel more comfortable. You just have to be prepared to kind of let go of the sticks and put it back, okay?
Okay.
That is incredible, guys. All the way back. That is so cool, guys. That is incredible. And the bugs did attack the camera crew. Okay, so let's give them a shot of that again, because this is pretty incredible. This is one of the biggest features of this helicopter I've seen so far, and I didn't even recognize it before. You can switch into the auto leveling GPS control mode quickly. That's one of the fatal flaws of some of the cheaper brands.
Yeah.
Okay, so up. Woo!
Not that quick.
I think it wasn't that quick. So, see how fast it can get away from you guys? Yeah. All right, so we're in the run mode. I'm gonna put it to the stop mode. Okay. It stopped itself. Let's see how bad the damage is. I bet it's bad. Okay, so be super careful how you get a helicopter after a crash. I'm gonna flip it upside down.
Got it.
Okay. I don't want to jinx us. Okay. Oh, that got knocked up. See? That got knocked up. there's a spot where it's supposed to go. That's where it's supposed to be.
Is this blade
bent
a little bit?
It looks like it. That is incredible. If that thing takes off. Okay, just be ready to duck behind the bomb shelter.
Okay.
Seriously, guys.
You?
Here we go. Okay, watch out. It went into auto gyro mode. Okay, I'm in stop mode. So I think the moral of the story is, once it's crashed, it might need to have a little of a tension going on here. And you know what it is? This thing popped out. Oh. That's why we lost it. Yep. And that thing is so smart. It knew there was something up, like immediately. Mm-hmm. Oh, it broke that out of the servo linkage. Yep, see it right there? So it's attempting. I can't believe how fast it corrected. I mean, it's like saved everything but the servo linkage. And we got a bent. That's insane. Oh, and I just straightened it.
Yeah, it's
I just straightened it. It's a solid plastic. Okay, guys. So there you have it. That is incredible. I didn't expect to actually break it for you, but we did. So totally 3D capable, proven by the crash. Secondarily, I think I can probably fix that, because all that needs to happen is we just need to get that thing back through. Let's actually pause and see if we can fix it. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're using the provided tool. It's still on. So for safety, we'll de-energize it. And what I want to try to do is I want to get this wire back around so it's in the right spot. How do you know what's the right spot? I guessed.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see if this goes. It does. Oh, that's so freaking sweet.
Oh, it goes back into that arm.
Okay, so I'm trying to decide if I feel like I have a good enough purchase there to qualify this as being controllable, safely controllable. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna exercise some extreme caution and just give ourselves a little bit more room when we fly this, and we're gonna go to a new battery. And it may not work, but you come to Brian Phillips RC to see people crash things in stupid ways, and that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna deliver as usual on our promise to crash things that you don't wanna have to crash, and show you how it does. I actually can't believe it's not broken. I've had a couple of helicopter crashes, and that one seemed pretty bad. I thought for sure we'd be talking about how many parts we had to replace. Okay, here we go. We're going back in, guys. Just so you know, there's no funky business. We're gonna film the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna film the whole thing.
Then you're gonna have to open the door.
Okay. Got it? You can go. So look at that beautiful sunset, guys.
So pretty.
Okay, so last step. We're gonna exercise extra caution. The best thing you can do if you crash a helicopter is to fix it right. So the opposite of what we're doing.
I was just making sure.
In case you guys were keeping track.
Okay.
All right, so same thing we're gonna do. We're gonna put the rubber bands around the battery. And by the way, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is still windy. Mm-hmm. Like, look at the windsock.
Yeah, we're like 8+.
I think straight out is 8+.
Well,
so we're probably between 4.5 and 8+. It could be 8+ though.
I know. And it's confused because it keeps
changing directions.
Especially around the house right now, it's bad.
So, I mean, guys, it's hard to explain just how good this thing is, because it is really good. Even with the crash. And by the way, the crash was because I didn't get it into mode in time.
Right.
Okay. So we have a green flashing light, so we're gonna see how that does.
I think once it does that beep, 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 you can put the canopy on.
Oh.
Because then I think it's like found its like base position, and then you just have to wait another few seconds.
Just to see what kind of...
To get the GPS.
Signal you can get.
I do think it takes like at least 30 to 40 seconds.
30 to 40 seconds?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this time we'll do it again without sucking it up.
Just about the time you think, is it gonna do anything? Then it goes.
Look at the duck.
Where?
There's a duck. Oh, it's not solid.
Nope, not yet.
You'll hear it beep.
It does.
Okay, so let's talk about what happened there while we're waiting. What I do when I screw up is I mix up my orientation up and down on helicopters. That's what I mix up. I don't know what you guys do, but my up and down orientation gets mixed up. And I'm not used to a stick that's stuck in the center. So again, not to make excuses. I'm not making excuses. I'm just telling you what I think happened. When I flipped upside down, I had a hard time refiguring what direction I ought to be moving the stick to give myself upward thrust. Oh, we're still not green. There we go. Okay. All right. Run.
What mode are you in now?
Run.
No, but
Normal. Stable.
stable. Okay.
Yep.
Just to make sure everything works.
Okay, up. Remember, duck.
Okay.
If it don't go straight, duck.
Okay.
So far, so good. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is incredible, guys. Absolutely flawless. I am loving it.
Wow.
That is phenomenal. So I've got roll left, I got roll right. I'm gonna go into the middle mode this time. Okay, forward, back, roll left, roll right. Look at that windsock, guys. It's not calm, okay? Let's try to, we're still gonna exercise a little bit of caution here.
I'm on your right.
Man, that is phenomenal, folks. And yes, I think we're bumping the actual cabinet a little bit. And that's the noise you're hearing. So obviously it's not enough to stop it flying. I don't want to get too close to us, just given that we've already crashed it. Let's go out here and see. You know what? Caution to the wind. We're in the Acro Mode. I want to go up a few mistakes high. And I'm just gonna, okay, camera crew, are you seriously good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to try to do another loop. Okay, that's up. Okay. And then back to regular. So folks, I'm not gonna pretend to be something I'm not for you. I'll pretend to be what I am when I am, and I'm not good enough to control that thing in the full 3D. I must say, it is easier than other choices I have in 3D, and the transition into leveling is very fast and solid. And I can't believe how rock solid that thing looks. We just crashed it hard. I mean, that was not a light crash, folks. Okay, into Acro Mode. Okay. So Acro Mode just still, oh, that's full mode. There's Acro. Okay, there's regular. Okay, bringing it back down. Now let's try return to home here real quick. Camera crew, you wanna come over by the edge here with me? Perfect, thank you. Right there is good. Okay, so we'll just go to return to home. And I'm just, I gave it instructions so it ignored. Okay, return to home. I think I'm holding the down stick. There we go. Now it's gonna do it. No, see, it's going up. It's like, no, thank you. No soup for you. I think what happens is you get too far away. It's like, no, we're not gonna do that. And now return to home. Well, maybe. See, it's kind of going up. Let's see if I can bring it down real close and then try. Whoa, Joe. Oh my goodness. I feel almost like it's like no soup for you. Okay, in normal mode again, you can see the green light comes back up. And I'm just gonna land it. I mean, it's like one of the easiest helicopters to land.
Right.
See, look at this, guys. Ground effect, and it's just rock solid. It's not tipping all over itself. That's normally what would be happening now. Okay, then it slows down after you've been on ground for a while. Okay, stop, back, taking back off. Just kind of holding that up. Let it spool up. It's gonna do it all itself. Woo! Helicopter software is smart enough to understand that the most dangerous part is getting away from the ground. Loving it, guys. Absolutely loving it. I cannot believe it tolerated that crash. And all we had to do was put the thing back in. Now, to be honest, to be fair, we should probably be replacing that thing, that servo linkage. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, I want to try one more loop. So I'm gonna get the tail pointed toward me, even though it's probably not the best orientation for today with the wind, because the wind's at our tail now. Okay, here we go. There you go. Okay, it's real small, sorry. Coming down a little bit. Big loop this time. Oh, yes, guys. Okay, snapping it back. It's warning me vigorously, so I'm gonna try to get it back here so I don't have to go chasing it. Okay, I've got the stick down like this and just pushing forward so I can bring it forward to the landing zone. Okay, now I'm gonna put it to return to home and see if it goes. I don't know, it's something about the return to home it doesn't like. So I'm just gonna pull the stick down.
But it's super easy to land.
Put it to stop. Guys, that is incredible. We hope you've enjoyed this series of gaffs by myself. And honestly, I can't believe how good this thing flies. And furthermore, we're flying it on a smaller pack than what it should be, by not a lot. And this is where we're hitting. We're hitting right there. See where it's bumping? So all I would need to do is just figure out why that's slightly forward and then adjust it. I don't really know what the deal is.
I'm just curious how well you can learn to fly on this. Like if you can learn to fly and get really good with this, how well it would transition to another helicopter.
Do you want to know the not right answer?
Or what?
This thing flies almost nothing like the other helicopters until you're in full 3D mode.
Right.
But with the auto leveling, similar to what you would experience in Safe, I feel like this helicopter, it's extremely robust. I feel like if it held up to that crash, you're probably going to get a couple of crashes out of it before you're replacing everything. It's got huge bearings. Look at the bearings on everything. It's just, everything is super solid. And then is there any shaft bending? I didn't see even a little wobble on this. But what I did see was this thing kind of getting rubbed, which you can see. And that was before the crash, by the way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's maybe just the battery kind of helps to push it out a little bit. I think that's what's going on. I think the battery is a little bit taller and it pushes the nose into the right position.
Yep.
That's got to be what it is. So anyway, guys, without further ado, we'll let you watch the unbox and build yourself. It's like literally 5 minutes long. And that's 5 minutes on Brian Phillips RC.
Yeah, right.
Incredible, super sensational, wonderful aircraft. Can't hardly believe it, actually. And we're not used to giving such, and by the way, 30C pack, looks like it did okay. Yeah. And I was doing 3D. I wasn't doing 3D like flying it upside down, TikToking in my living room. Okay, you're not gonna see me doing that for a long time. I would like to do that someday, but not right now. You gotta know where you are. And not everybody is where the best pilot is, you know? And that's the reality we face, you know? Some of these things we do in RC are hard. So if you have enough skill and enough courage to buy something like this and get started, more power to you guys. Check the link in the video description below. You won't be disappointed. I can't believe it. And it is windy, folks. I mean, it's windy. If it was dead calm and it performed that good, I still would have been amazed. But in the wind, no less, it's just nuts. We don't see that.
No.
So without further ado, guys, the FlyWing FW200, it is something else. I mean, this thing is definitely, I mean, if you like helis, and especially if you're overseas and you can't get some of the Horizon ones that I've been reviewing recently, I gotta say, this thing ranks better in a lot of different areas. And I don't often admit that, guys. Let's be frank. I really like Horizon. I'm a big Horizon fanboy. We do a lot of work with Horizon. We do a lot of work with all these other brands too. So, you know, we get, you know, accused of like improperly reviewing things because we like them better. That's not really the way we do it. We just like what works the best.
Good at what they do.
And here's the crazy part. My wife was flying this.
Yeah.
You know, she's not exactly a pilot.
No.
So, I mean, amazing performance, amazing. So definitely check one out. By the way, we know they're expensive. But if you really want to talk about how expensive they are, go look at the competitive products. They are also expensive. All of these things are expensive right now.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was a magic wand that we could wave to go back in time and have them not be quite so as expensive. But let's be real. Inflation is here. It's going to be here for a while, no matter how bad the governments try to screw it up. So if you're thinking about buying this and you're thinking about waiting for the price to get better, yeah, don't do that.
No.
You're probably not going to outlive this, you know. They're not going to come back that much. So don't wait. If you don't have enough money to eat, and it's a choice between this and eating, you can always go beg from your neighbor, okay? Give them a show, see if they'll give you a burger. If your kids need to eat, feed the kids first. But you can hold off, you know? If you're anything like me, you could do without a few cheeseburgers. But anyway, this thing is awesome and you will love it. I'm amazed that it's as good as it was. I mean, still, and I crashed it.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I'm super impressed.
All right, guys, leave your comments, questions in the video description below, or leave your questions in comments in the comments below.
Yep.
And you can leave any other, you know, thumbs up and like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and click the bell for notifications as usual. If you want to help support us, buy the things from the links, but there's also PayPal and Patreon, which we appreciate you guys using to help support us on a monthly basis. It always really gives us a smile on our face when we see that somebody has decided to partner up with us and share a little bit of funding. So that's always nice. We appreciate that. Thanks, guys. We had 2 new ones this week, which is really cool and exciting. And there's bugs. I don't know if you guys can see them. It's weird. It's like gnats or something.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's spring in Iowa. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be so many bugs. It's been so wet lately. There's one
terrible.
now. So we hit one with a PT-17 the other day. I don't know if you guys will see this first, but it was glorious. It was right dead on the wing, squished with its tail sticking up. It made me smile. So anyway, guys, if you're watching this and you have bugs flying around you, you could just think how awesome it is.
Yeah.
Come back for more. Stay tuned. Unbox next. Okay, so we thought it was over. You remember how this thing was locked every time I went to work on it? Now it went into the menu. So when you press and hold this, it unlocks.
Oh.
There it goes. So then you can set your timer. Morning. Back. Looks like trims.
There were a few things in the manual that said what it did.
RF type. Wow, that's crazy.
Ooh, don't change that.
Oh, it's gonna reboot. Okay. You can set your username. Oh, and that's where you change your mode. Okay. Monitor, reverse, RGB setting. Cool, dynamic. LCD setting, TX setting, and then about. Hover, hold, enter, 1S, start calibration. Huh, cool. Oh, look at that, that's cool. You see that? You can see the arrows moving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's basically on mode 2. So if you were to change it, you could go to mode 1, and then that'd be your throttle and ailerons, and then, you know, so I'm gonna put it back to mode 2 so we don't have problems. Pretty intuitive menu structure. I mean, we're used to having scrolls, you know, to use now. I still don't know what that does, and I'm sorry, I'm sure it does something, but I have had my full of this helicopter. I think it's amazing. It's so cool. And we hope you'll stick around for the unbox. Sorry we forgot that stuff, guys. Stay tuned. YouTube Spreadville. Look at this. We got a box. We're gonna open it. We're kind of late to the party on this one, but that's okay because sometimes we just are. Better packaging than usual from this particular brand, carrier, distributor.
Not even a garbage bag.
Not even in a garbage bag. Darn straight. What do we have here? Ugh. Oh yeah, look at that. There was a cat there. That looks pretty sweet. I didn't know there was 2 colors.
Oh.
Awesome.
What do we get?
FW, well, it's supposed to be blue, I think. I don't know. Is it marked? It's an FW200. It's an FW200.
It's a surprise, is what it is.
All right, let's see. I think it's gonna be a helicopter. Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
I like it. I like the packaging. Everything is gonna come out. We won't have to mess with it. It's gonna work perfectly and we're gonna love it and it's gonna fly in the wind, I hope. Oh man, that is like really nice. Holy cow. Wow. Look at this. Look at that mechanism. It's like all metal. Even the cases on the servos are metal. What? Look how thick this is. That's fiberglass.
I like the matte finish.
I know, I do too. That's sweet.
Really cool.
I kind of like how these are splayed out wide like that because that makes me feel like it's gonna like be more stout and less likely to tip over. Because look how hard it is to tip it over.
Yeah.
Let's compare that to another heli. I know we're not supposed to do this because it's about that helicopter, but here's another similar sized helicopter, which I love, by the way. I mean, I can't hardly get it. Like, okay, so there's where it would tip over. Okay, so it does tip over eventually, but look where this tips over. It tips over like really quick. Huh.
Interesting.
Totally different, totally weird. Super excited about the size on it too, because that's a pretty good size, but that box is nice and small. Also, look at the tube, awesome. It's triangular, awesome. There's a receiver, that thing is dinky.
Oh, wow.
Okay, then this is something. Get lights there. Oh, it's an alarm. It says FlyWing on it. Okay, there's a giant brushless motor. That's a different size than we've seen. And then a brushless motor on the tail as well. It's all one piece screwed together, 4 screws to hold it. Listen, thought I heard something, I didn't. Okay, let's see how the grommets are. These grommets drive me nuts on most helicopters, probably this one too. Nope, they're good too. Okay, so how does this come off? Oh, that was so easy. Holy cow, loving it. That is sweet. Wow. Really nice linkages. Ball joint top and bottom. Everything looks phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Look at this. Okay, I have no idea. What is that, like 2,000 H2000s? Was that like 2,000 milligrams or something? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Let's see what the battery is. Fly. I mean, it's literally got the battery in it. XT30 end. Nice high quality end. Balance lead with a stupid thing on there. I hate those things. I'll take that off eventually. Okay, let's undo that. Okay, and there's Velcro holding it in as well, it looks like. Or, oh, you know what it is? Look. How does that work? You release it here, I think. Oh, yes.
Oh, it's like
oh, that is so nice. That was a great idea. Why is everybody not doing this? 850 milliamp hour, 3S, 45C. Looks like a branded Fly battery. Oh, nice. This is the kind that Flight Test makes too. I recognize it from a million miles away. Oh, that is awesome. And look, it's got a driver. It's got a driver for this thing. That is awesome. And a perfect fit, I might add. And then every one of these, it looks like it's about a 1.5 or 2 millimeter. Oh yes, it even works for that. Guys,
nice.
That is premium right there. That is not ready to fly, that's premium, okay? We don't see a lot of premium stuff. 25 watt, nothing special there. 120 through 240 volts AC max charge input. Okay, so you can do a 2,000 milliamp 3S power and charge. Looks like a balance lead input and an AC input. Let's go ahead and get this thing charging. We may cheat and put it on a faster charger just because we want to fly tonight and the sun's kind of in a terrible spot. Comes with an appropriate AC cable for your region. If you order it wrong, you probably will get the wrong. This is supple, look at that. That's like soft. I love that. But that also means it's probably a little bit lighter duty. By the way, you get a cable that's all wiggly, brace it away from the connector, walk out to the point where you're just about burning yourself. Now, if you can't tolerate that and you've got soft, thin skin.
Why are you looking at me?
I was just gonna say something and I chose not to. See how I'm doing this to make friction? Now watch this. When you let go, it's 10 times better. You're still gonna have some memory on there, but that memory will work over time. This is super soft, I like that. All right, so when you ordered this, you had no idea you get such a great charger cable.
I wonder if there's anyone else out there in the world
Who cares?
that cares about cables as much as you.
Okay, blue lights, that's weird.
Purple?
Do
Blue.
not pull.
Blue. Okay.
Don't put that on me.
We'll just cut it off.
Red, blue to red.
Okay.
Miracle. So now, I assume that when that changes back to blue, it's gonna be done. I'm just going from past experience. And yes, there are stalls in here. So it looks like there is a nut adapter or cover here. Looks like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what the heck that thing is. And then of course the transmitter. I did notice that the sticks were stored like this when it was in the box. So I just want to show you that. See this? I don't like that those sticks go up. Because when oh, it's like one of those. Spring loaded on both sides. Huh. And then there's a scroll, and then there's, oh, it comes with batteries. Are you kidding me? Oh, that is.
That never happens.
Listen, there might be haptic feedback on here. There is haptic feedback in there. There's a vibrator in there. Put your hand out. Isn't that freaking cool?
That's crazy.
So, all right, well, that's unusual. And then this thing changes lights, which is totally cool. You can set a timer. Wow. Okay, so, hey, it's labeled.
Nice.
Wow. What's that? And then USB-C cable for charging, presumably. Stop and run. I love that it's stabilized. Oh, that is so nice. Labels are super nice, guys. Labels are what people need. Stop, run. Okay. Okay, so it just says lock right now. What do we have for a battery? Oh, yeah, baby. Rechargeable. Looks like a LiPo 1200 milliamp hour, 3.7, so it's 1200 milliamp hour 1S pack. Nice and tidy. That's your power switch. We already mentioned that. Gimbals, I mean, it's a small controller, but I don't feel like it's overly small. I also feel like it's a little bit wide for a kid's controller. So you want to make sure your kids can reach the controls. Okay, there's stable, acro, and manual. I don't know what the difference is between manual and acro, but I think that's a headphone jack, possibly for programming. Let's pull the whole bottom of this thing out. I don't see anything else in there, do you?
Nope. Is there no manual at all?
You know, the weird thing is there's no USB cable. Shouldn't there be a USB cable if it's got, well, I suppose they're assuming you're gonna charge it with your own charger. And
Probably.
I wanna use this for other stuff, so I'm gonna not put it in the kit. I'll just put this back. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the USB-C and just see what happens when we plug that into a USB-C, because I'm curious if it's going to charge that. Because obviously you're gonna eventually have to charge that 1200 milliamp 1S pack.
Right.
So let's lay that down. What do we have for chargers? Well, we've got the things that we plug our mics into, which is right here. Why don't we just, that's a USB-C. Why don't we just throw it on there and see if that goes?
Okay.
We're not gonna go out of the way to pick something fancy. We're just gonna go from our regular outlet that has, you know, whatever.
A million things plugged into it?
Yeah, I think it's like 1 amp or something like that. It's not crazy fast. Okay, so USB-C, oh booyah,
Yeah,
red light.
red light.
Sweet. Okay, so I'm torn. That was like so easy. Let's see if we can find a manual. Let's let that charge for a minute. Is there a manual? What?
I don't know.
There was no manual.
That's what I said.
Okay, let's look at this. App adjust, TOF, vision positioning, 1 key takeoff, return, smart acro, oh, download.
Ooh, so we're gonna have to.
Okay, so we'll have to download that. Okay, so what we'll do is while we're waiting for the charge, by the way, I just want to talk about this. Those are cammed in such a way that they stop swinging. Do you see that? That is weird. I've never seen that before. So when you fold it, you're going to want to be careful. They only fold this way. And then they stow. I've never seen them do that before. Do you see what I'm talking about? There's a cam.
Yeah.
So you feel resistance at that spot because it's wider. So I've never seen that before. Ooh, that doesn't feel good. That feels fine. That feels pretty tough. That's hard on your servos doing that, by the way, guys. But I mean, it definitely gets to a compact size. And I can see the motor, definitely direct drive. There's the ESC output right there. You always want to double check you don't have wires running up against your stuff. I mean, that is just one solid looking Heli. Actually, that's your motor for your main lead for your motor. And they used a HXT plug, it looks like. No, it's not. No, it is an HXT. God, really? That's like crazy. I don't think those things are usually designed for that much current, but maybe they did something different. Because this HXT is smaller. That's like a micro PH that goes to the tail rotor. Okay. But everything plugs in. Looks like one more plug that's unused, probably for S-Bus. But this is a FlyWing multi-channel receiver / ESC. And I can tell that just because everything's plugged in the way it is. So maybe what we need to do is we'll pause, we'll get the manual pulled up on a phone or something, and then we'll come right back. All right, guys, so this thing's charged, so it's blue now. We looked online. For the life of me, I could not find an app anywhere. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe there is an app, maybe there's not. I scanned the barcode, the QR code here, and it brought up a link to the website, and it did have a manual, sort of, but it took a lot of searching to find it. So I don't know if this is like a pre-release or what the deal is, but oh, there's also a scan code on there. I guess we didn't scan that one. But either way, we'll link to this, and if you follow the link, there will be a manual here, and there's a red link. You can click on it, it'll bring up the manual for this. That's where I found it. Unusual to our channel, because this thing has GPS in it, we have to go outside and do this. So we're gonna kind of like reverse the roles, and we're gonna do our in-closing right now, and you guys already saw most of the setup. So as you can see, the unboxing was like a huge nothing. We spent longer looking up this manual, and it turns out it was stuck in our printer.
Yeah.
The ink was in the ink cartridges. So we printed this off. It was written in pretty good English, which is nice. Okay. So basically what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be flying in the beginner mode, and then we're just gonna have to fiddle with it. Hopefully it doesn't fly into our face, because that would make for a bad video. And also you can switch from mode 2 to mode 1. Mode 2 would be throttle or up and down, yaw, roll, and lean forward and lean back. So this would make it go forward, back, roll, roll, yaw, okay, like that. And then down, up, down, okay? And again, we didn't talk a lot about this, but this is 850 milliamp hour, 45C pack, so just be sparing with the C rating. You know, this helicopter is probably going to draw some power. So if you need to charge this, the other thing too is if you're using a smart charger, I just want to bring this to your attention because we use smart chargers for most of our batteries here on this channel on Brian Phillips RC. The XT30 is not compatible going into an IC2.
Right.
And an IC2 is not necessarily compatible with the flip side. So just be aware of that. And I'm gonna show you that example right now. Okay, so this is an 850 milliamp 3S. This happens to be a 30C, not a 45C. And look at the gap. There's a bigger spread on the pins, okay? So if I were to take this and try to use it on here, if you were really serious about it, you might be able to force it in there because the pin size is the same, but look at the difference in size. It's too wide, okay? Like I said, on a desert island, if that was the difference between getting home or not, I could take and shave down some of this connector and it would fit in the hole, but it's not by design that way. And then also, I mean, your polarity is the same, just so you guys can see that. Of course, you won't have the smart lead involved. The reason I bring that to your attention is because when you go to charge these batteries, if you have purchased the batteries that we recommend and the charger that we recommend for your more high expensive charger, you're gonna have to build yourself an adapter or buy yourself an adapter. And so the adapter that I use when I charge my batteries like that is just, this is what I did. I just built this. It was super easy. I just kind of had something like this lying around, and I used a motor plug set. That gives me the ability to plug into this. Now I have obviously the IC2 connectors, but then I can come in here like this and then plug it in, and you're ready to rock and roll, okay? So just keep that in mind. Bear in mind that you may need to accommodate for yourself with those connectors. And so with that being said, we appreciate you guys being here with us on Brian Phillips RC. Obviously, we assume this thing is gonna be great. It looks very high quality. But of all the things that we could complain about, lackluster performance on manual presentation, which is, I don't care if it's downloadable, that's not a big deal. But at the end of the day, I wanna know that I can find it without searching too much. We did search quite a bit. So definitely follow our links in the video description below, and then just scroll down, you'll see a highlighted link that says download here. That's what we should have done in the first place, but we were doing it backward. And I couldn't find the app on Android Play Store.
Right. We spent more time looking for the app.
Yeah, and that's really what we were looking for. We did find an executable file for like software, but we don't know what it is, and it's, I mean, executable for the computer. You can't open an exe file on an Android. So I'm not sure what the deal is, or on Apple iOS. So I don't know what the heck that it's all about. But for now, I think what it was all about is programming the big brother of this flight controller, which is in the FW200. Of course, it's going to be a bigger size class. This is a 200 size class, and then that would be a 450 size class. And like over here, we've got a 330, a 230, I forget what the next one's, a 150, and then so on and so forth. So there's size classes in the helicopter world. I don't understand all that stuff because I haven't been immersed in it the same way that I have been in airplanes for as long. But I do feel like I'm getting there. So without further ado, we're gonna slide this in, give you the final look. We do feel a little bit remorseful that we can't share as much as we would normally share in an unbox build radio setup in the correct order, but we will show it. We're just gonna show it at the beginning. So if you're waiting for the radio setup, it already happened.
Yeah, that was it.
And hopefully it was super easy. So anyway, guys, come back for more. Obviously, this is a really high quality helicopter, and I'm excited to try it. Helicopters are definitely not my most comfortable area to work within, because I feel like I have so much to do to get to being a really good pilot in that arena, but I can kind of hold my own. So I'm getting better. And so we appreciate you guys being nice to me in the comments. And if I say, you know, like the cyclic instead of, you know, the rotor or something like that, then you can poke fun in the comments below. But just go ahead and buy this from the link in the video description below. You can make up to me in that way. And if you want to support us in other ways, we have Patreon and PayPal. And by the way, we've had a couple of new Patreons in the last few weeks, so thanks. It's always puts a smile on our face. And it really does help. Every little bit helps. You know, and keeping our channel funded. And then of course, you know, our ultimate goal would be to be able to do this full time so that there's more time to produce better content and more of it. So we appreciate you guys as always. And then also when you follow the links in the video description below, you'll be helping to support the companies that choose to work with us. And part of the reason we want to tout that again, and we do it a lot here on Brian Phillips RC, is because when people send us an item, it's kind of like signing up for a colonoscopy. You know, it could save your life, but it might also give you some really bad news. So at the end of the day, we probe them and tell you the results, right?
Yep.
Anything you want to add to that?
Well, not add to their colonoscopy analogy, but BrianPhillipsRC.com is getting more and more built out every day, depending on how many free hours of time I have. But you can go there and you can start to see, click on the companies that we work with. You can see the different reviews based on brand and stuff for right now. So, and
we're going to have some more sorting at some point.
We will at some point.
But for now, we're trying to get all the thousands of items that we've worked with.
Yeah.
So once we get there, then we'll start doing some more techniques for you to find it. It is still going to be easier to do it there than it will be on YouTube, because YouTube you have to scroll so long because of the thousands of videos that we've done.
And we just have so few characters in the description. We just physically can't.
5,000 characters minus some ambiguous amount. That's what it is. That's a limit. So if we could just make the whole list, it'd be like 10,000 characters. So it'd be like an extra 4 megabytes. Except we put up 400 gigabyte videos in the last 22 hours. YouTube has to hate us. Okay, anyway, guys, so help support us. Fight back against the man. Click the like button. If you hate the big companies squashing the small little delicate RC channels, click the like button just to stick it to them. And also, if you love Google and they're your best friend ever, give them a high five with a thumbs up on our video. Don't forget to click that bell while you're doing it and sign up for notifications so that you know when all the new amazing content comes out here on Brian Phillips RC, because you know we're to come to answer all your questions. And no, we're not going to tell you it's the smartest, the best, the fastest, the cheapest, the smallest, the biggest, the whitest, the most stinky, what, you name it. That's not what we're all about here. We just bring you the no BS review and we ask you to buy stuff to help support us, but we never ask you to buy something that you don't like. And this thing looks sweet. So I'm excited. We're happy to bring this to you by FlyWing, the FW200 3D copter that a cat can fly. Stay tuned.